blog on the endocrine system. So last time I ended off right here. All right. And basically what we were talking about in the last blog was how all your organs are manifestation in the 3D, and everything that we manifest in the material world is manifested through your organs. Your organs create chemicals which create emotions, and emotions are the main weight behind your manifestation. So you can listen to the last blog if you like. So today we're going to start here. The me says, and so the mind of the cosmic spirit can express itself in the universal body in this reality. So exactly what I just said. So the cosmic spirit, I'll show you here. So the spirit complex here of the mind, of the potentiator, of the catalyst 3D experience, significator, transformation, and great way expresses itself through your organs, through this body complex. What gets in the way is the mind, the mental plane gets in the way, and it gets in the way because of right here, second density, subconscious mind. I don't know why I had to think about that or lost that for a second. Most things are manifested as catalysts in 3D without free will. It's all the programming through the subconscious mind, and this is manifested through the subconscious mind via your organs. Your organs will create a chemical response on whatever it is that you're thinking, and usually it's deposited from childhood, and that response, those emotions, we're usually unaware. That's why this is 3D is also the unconscious mind. We're in the beginning of our journey, we're very unaware of why we react or why we're doing what we're doing. We just do it. All right, so the mind of the cosmic spirit can express itself in the universal body in this reality. The soy says that's right. And to do so, it uses its vibration so that the energy resonates and opens the doors to the chemical reaction necessary for the idea to take shape. You could perhaps understand how this works through a glass prism. Imagine that the divine spirit, the mind, which is infinite, decides to discover and experience one of its attributes, but is unable to see it on its own because everything coexists in it as a unity. So before I move on to here, what they're talking about is let's read that again. Imagine that the divine spirit, the mind. So imagine that the divine spirit, so the spirit complex, all 7 densities, and the mental plane, the mind complex, all 7 densities. So imagine these 2 densities, and the spirit complex is the sun, and the mind complex is the moon. The body complex is earth. Okay, so imagine that the sun, spirit complex, the moon, the mind complex, imagine that the divine spirit, the mind, which is infinite, decides to discover and experience one of its attributes. So what they're saying by attributes is imagine the the mind complex and the spirit complex want to experience one of their attributes. And the attributes that we have here on Earth, on this plane right here, are all of the zodiac, the 12 zodiac signs, the star systems, and then our planets. All 22 of those, 21 of those, are the attributes that we experience here on the 3D, on Earth. So imagine in this 3D world, catalyst, unconscious, imagine that the divine spirit, the mind, which is infinite, decides to discover and experience one of its attributes, but is unable to see it on its own because everything coexists in it as a unity. So it's unable to see that one attribute that it wants to experience here in 3D. And by the way, that one attribute that it really wants to experience has everything to do with the day you were born. The day you were born, that exact time, and how the star systems were and the planets were aligned is that one attribute that your spirit complex wants to experience here on the 3D Earth. But what happens, what they're saying here is, what happens is that it becomes diluted. So like a prism, so imagine these are all your chakras, right? So you've got your red ray, the matrix, you've got your orange ray, the potentiator, your yellow ray, which is right here, 3D, your experience, which is your heart plexus, the green, the significator, your throat chakra, your transformation, third eye, and the great way is your crown. So imagine out of all of these, so imagine you've got the rainbow, right? But the spirit complex is a white light. And when the white light hits a prism, it breaks up into color. But that color doesn't have a molecule or an atom. It's just light. It doesn't have weight to it yet. It's just light. It's by frequency. That's why red is a slower frequency than purple is going to be. So this becomes a delusion, which is experienced through your organs in the body. That's what gets in the way, and it's created here. Your first delusion is going to be the subconscious mind, which is the potentiator of the mind, the high priestess, the body complex potentiator, which is the hermit card, and then the spirit complex potentiator, which is the tower. See, in the tower, we have this white light. This white light comes through, but it strikes the top of the tower and these people fall off because that's what we're doing. We're allowing this white light go through. It prisms into the different colors, the chakras, and the chakras get dirty. They get muddy with lower vibration emotions such as fear, shame, guilt. We know them all, right? All right, let's move on. Let's keep reading. All right, imagine that the divine spirit, the mind, which is infinite, decides to discover and experience one of its attributes, but is unable to see it on its own because everything coexists in it as a unity. So the subconscious mind, the matrix, the potentiator, the catalyst, all of that, all seven exist within this one spirit in unity, which is giving us polarity. Now we will call the spirit white light, a light that incorporates within itself all the possible vibrations of the universe and therefore contains within it all the frequencies, the attributes of its being. So this white light that you see here in the tower card, people say, oh my gosh, the tower card, it's going to be, watch out, you know, it's not. The tower card is basically this, it's all about this white light. It's trying to come to you in unity in order, if you're off track, to put you back on track in order to experience that attribute that it really wanted to experience in this 3D world. Now we will call the spirit white light, a light that incorporates within itself all the possible vibrations of the universe and therefore contains within itself all the frequencies, the attributes of its being. But if you want to see one of them, you will need something, tools. And that's what the Law of One Tarot is. What they're talking about, what you need, tools, that is the Law of One Tarot. So is astrology. If you study astrology and the zodiac signs, that's another tool, and so is the tree of life. But if you want to see one of them, you will need something, tools that allow you to separate your vibrations into different frequency waves to be able to identify those parts of yourself. To do this, you will need geometry, flower of life, the seed, the fruit of life, triangles, circles. So I'm going to leave this here because I'm going to pull up for the next vlog. I am going to pull up my book, the Law of One tarot workbook that I wrote. I'm going to pull up my book and I'm going to show you how distorted the chakras get through the Law of One tarot. I drew a diagram out in the book. This is years ago now that I haven't looked back into the book since then. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out that diagram that I drew because it's going to show you how muddled our chakras get with the Law of One tarot. So let's do that in the next one. And I also want to talk about geometry. So I just need to pull up some stuff. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research for you guys. I know what I need. I just need the visuals. I wish I could draw them, but I can't. I'll get the visuals for you and we will carry this on tomorrow. Love you guys so much.